Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. And this is not a podcast update. It's a new series that I just come up with. I want to change up the content for a little bit. Of course, earlier in the year, I want to change up my content. Is mostly my channel is based on anime, and that will be about podcasting. So I talk about anime, and I've been a fan of for 20 years. So I want to expand my channel because I'm a big entertainment buff with movies and music. So it's really hard to make a decision of what I want to do next to the channel. Is should I talk about movies or should I talk about music? So I talked about music. So that was my decision at that time. And around that time is one particular artist I really want to talk about is John Farnham. At the time, the entire country heard the news about John's diagnosis of his mouth cancer. And at this time, we heard John is doing good these days. And I did a series based on his career leading up to his documentary film back in May for Finding the Voice. Of course, it came a huge success. So now, we are near the end of the year. So I decided you know what, let's make a new series. And this series is called What If. So this is a what if series talking about John Farnham. So basically talking about what he did in real life versus the what if timeline of, like, example, what if he did a international tour for an album or release an album between 91, 92, or maybe somewhere in 98 or 99 or whatever, or even a special, etc. Going through the real versus what if timelines of his career. If you have any good ideas, write down in the comments below and I'll decide if it's a good or not a good idea to talk about. So many things been happening in John's life for the last 56 years. Let's see what if it happens. This first episode is the year of 1997. Will be the year of 30 years being in the music industry to be released as an anthology album set. But what if John toured for the album in a short amount of time in between later 97 to early 1998, in 4 months on the road, and that tour is called the Anthology Tour. We are starting off through the real timeline, giving Sen some ideas what the video series should be. So I'm going to start with the real life versus what if it should happen. So let's start off with this. It starts with, in late 1996, around the end of his tour, Jack of Hearts, to promote the Romeo's Heart album. Would John taking a break? No, not really, because he has a gig lining up in early 1997 to perform in a grand opening at the Crown Casino in Melbourne. Then came out of nowhere an album set called An Anthology. The first two came out as Greatest Hits and Classic Hits Recorded Live, September 29th, 1997. And the third one came out as Rarities, November 10th in the same year. Then in 1998, John toured in Europe for Denmark and London, and lastly will be touring across major cities for a one-off tour event called The Main Event, with Farnham on stage with Anthony Warlow and Olivia Newton-John for a 2.5-hour show performing solos, duos, and together. One of the most incredible experiences for them. Now, this is a tricky bit. This is where the what if timeline comes in. It will be different what it should be between 1997 to 1998. So here's what it should happen. After the events of the Jack of Hearts tour and the Crown Casino gig, there were some speculated rumors throughout 1997 because after the gig at the Crown Casino, is John Farnham about to release an album later in the year for celebrating 30 years? And going on tour for the new album? Glenn Wheatley, his manager, denied the rumors until it came true in early September 1997 for a press conference with BMG and Gotham Records, but in secret, they were working on an album, but it's not an ordinary album, it's an album set, as it called Anthology. Anthology would be released later in the month, and Glenn will give a little hint when John makes an appearance on Hey Hey Saturday on October 4th as a special announcement by John Farnham himself. Then on the day of the release of the first two sets for the Anthology album, some fans noticed that there's a random ticket in their CDs, kind of a golden ticket. What would it be? until it be revealed on Hey Hey Saturday's October 4th appearance that John is officially announcing he'll be going on tour to promote the album and celebrating 30 years in the music industry. John announced a few capital cities throughout November to December for Adelaide, Perth, Melbourne, Brisbane, and Sydney, originally, until more dates be announced in the later date. However, the tickets went on sale super fast and other venues got announced. The Brisbane and the Sydney shows got pushed for early 1998. John would be performing at Lansdowne, Hobart, Townsville, and Rockhampton for the 1997 leg, and the 1998 leg will be at Newcastle and Canberra. However, with Darwin and Wollongong shows got added at the last minute, performing in their venues at Morara Stadium and WIN Stadium, never performed for a tour until this one only, but in real life, it never done a show there. And their original schedule for the tour was going to be for 2 months, however the plans were changed. Here's what their original schedule should be. In November should be Sydney and Brisbane, and in December would be Adelaide, Melbourne, and Perth. Before they made an official tour dates in their TalentWorks website, just about a month before the tour starts, Glenn and John made another press conference about the tour, and it's official by them, saying the tour is going to go through all the way to early 1998 for 4 months on the road instead of 2 months. Here's their updated dates. For the 1997 leg of the tour was November 15th, 16th, and 17th in Adelaide, November 18th in Perth, November 21st in Lansdowne, November 22nd, 23rd, and 24th in Hobart, November 30th, December 1st, and December 2nd in Darwin, December 5th and 6th in Townsville, and December 9th in Rockhampton, and then December 14th, 15th, 17th, and 18th in Melbourne. And then here's the 1998 leg. January 16th, 17th, and 18th in Brisbane, January 20th, 21st, and 23rd in Newcastle, January 26th, Australia Day, 27th, 29th, and 30th in Sydney, February 1st, 2nd, and 3rd in Wollongong. But in real life, John started playing in Wollongong until the Last Time tour in 2003. February 8th, 9th, and 10th in Canberra, February 12th, 13th, 15th, 17th, 19th, and 20th in Melbourne. Now here is the setlist for the tour. The setlist is pretty much different from the previous ones. So in the 1997 and 98 set is different from each other, especially the 98 set. I'll mention about that later. So here's what it should be. In the 1997 setlist was going to start with Reasons, One the Loneliest Number, Age of Reason, Hearts on Fire, Simple Life, Two Strong Hearts, The Time Has Come, but this version of The Time Has Come is going to be combining with the Jack of Hearts and the Chain Reaction versions. Then we go to Touch of Paradise, Burn For You, Chain Reaction, Talk of the Town. Then we go to Every Time You Cry, and then with Every Time You Cry, John is going to introduce the audience a new song from the Anthology album. And then we rock out as a finale with Pressure Down, That's Freedom, and Playing to Win. And then the encore would be You're the Voice, Help, Love's in Need, and Long Way to the Top. But some of the songs during this leg of the tour would not be represent all shows, such as And I Love Her, All Kinds of People, Please Don't Ask Me, and When the War Is Over. So now here's the 1998 set list. So it starts off with Age of Reason, Reasons, Hearts on Fire, Have a Little Faith, Simple Life, Two Strong Hearts, Don't You Know It's Magic, Angels, Touch of Paradise, Burn For You, Talk of the Town, Chain Reaction, Every Time You Cry, Pressure Down, Playing to Win, That's Freedom, You're the Voice, Help, She's So Fine and Sorry, and Long Way to the Top. And some of the songs during this leg of the tour is not representative of all shows, such as And I Love Her, Please Don't Ask Me, and Seemed Like a Good Idea. So, in the 1998 setlist is very similar to the future shows for the Denmark and the London shows, without Two Strong Hearts, Don't You Know It's Magic, and Talk of the Town. The first half of the tour going from South Australia, Western Australia, Tasmania, Northern Territory, and half of Queensland, and a few Melbourne shows before headed to Christmas in 1997. However, the tour has resumed in Brisbane to New South Wales, Capital Territory, and Victoria in early 1998. So, the aftermath of the tour, John will continue getting the gigs like going to Europe, in Denmark and London, and the main event tour will happen after that. In 1997 and 1998 will be the busiest years for John with the Anthology Tour, the European shows, and the main event tour. It will be the craziest time for John Farnham. Well, that is it for the What If series. What a way to introduce a new series. I'm looking forward to explore that what John missed these opportunity potential tours, albums, or even specials in real life. So I'll be giving it a new life to it. Hope you all enjoy it. Thanks so much for watching it. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell. Don't miss a single video every time I drop a new one if you want to know when I upload again. So take care of yourselves, everyone. Stay safe, and peace.